am live. Hello, Tracy. Saying hi to everyone, but I don't think there's too many people. I see 9 people watching, but there's always like 3 or 4 people that are not really chatting much. Hello, Suseanne. Thank you for stopping by. Destiny's here as well. Hello, Destiny. Hope you guys are doing well this evening. It wasn't a rough week. It wasn't anything negative, but yeah, the stalkers. There's always someone, maybe some of John's spies from Will It Grow. I'm not worried. I'm not doing anything wrong. Yeah, it wasn't like a negative week or nothing really bad happened. It was just one of those weeks where, when you feel you haven't really done much, but then again, you haven't stopped. It was that kind of week. A few problems here and there. You try to get into a project and then something comes up. A little problem that lasts only like 5 minutes, but the 5 minutes that you have to stop doing what you're doing to fix that problem, by the time you get back to your project, it's like you have to start all over. Or just, it takes like 5 to 10 minutes to just get back into focusing to do the right thing and trying to remember exactly what you were doing at that specific moment. It was that kind of week where everything was just like one after another. I had a few meetings here and there, same thing. I tried to listen to what's going on. People come. I don't have an office, so people can just walk by, come and ask me questions. They don't seem to understand that when I have my headphones on with the little mic here, that means that I am in a meeting and about to talk. There's a few bugs in here already. Last couple of days, last 2-3 days, were in plus 30s, so over 85, 90 degrees for the Americans. Fahrenheit, maybe. Today was a little bit cooler. We've had some heavy rain this morning. I'll have a short coming out in a few days. That's all because of Lindsay. All the shorts are because of Lindsay. Sorry. Yeah, Lindsay. I was struggling the past 2-3 weeks. Not struggling. It's not the word I should use. I could see my subscribers going down and down and down and down. And I think that I must have lost like 40 subs in about 2 weeks. Even though I'm already monetized, like John said last time, the watch hours, the subscribers, the thumbs up, the comments, it really helps, and it helps the channel get bigger. And the more people interact with the channel, the more people give me a thumbs up, the more people share my channel, the more people get involved by leaving comments, by giving me the thumbs up. Like I said, if you watch a video, you watch the whole video. I know some people are trying to support everyone and trying to go from one channel to another, and there's like 80 channels on YouTube you want to follow. If you just go and watch 1 minute and then leave, even if you give a thumbs up and a comment, it hurts the channel. So if you're watching to support me, watch the full video, please. It really helps. It really makes a big difference. I could see my numbers go down. The watch time, I went from about 600 hours a month of watch time and went down to about 250. Annie from Back to Basics Homestead went through the same thing, where if the watch time goes down, from what I understand, YouTube will not recommend your channel as much, which means your subscribers will not join as much, which means, you won't have new viewers. Sorry. And if you don't have more viewers, then you're not making more money and you're not reaching as many people, and so on. So if you're the kind of people that like to watch, don't leave a comment. That's fine. I'm not forcing anyone. I'm just saying that if you are supporting someone, whether it's me or anyone else, even if that one specific video doesn't reach you like the other ones do, or maybe if you're not interested in the subject, maybe, for example, I'll watch Tracy's video. I love the videos where he talks about the chickens, about the garden, the videos where he goes on his ETV, but maybe it's not the reality, Tracy. I love you, tractor guy. But if, for example, I was not someone that likes to see videos about a tractor, if I start watching a video and I realize that it's a tractor video, I'm still going to watch it. I'm still going to comment if I really don't want to watch it. And if it's something that's really not interesting me, I'll leave the video on. I'll go do something else and come back later. At least you're not telling YouTube that the video sucked. Um, and I just took you as an example, Tracy. It's really not the case. I love your tractor video. By the way, if you haven't watched Tracy's live last night, he put a short today. You have to go watch this. So apparently Tracy is fighting with chlamydia. No. He was talking about coliform, and the word that came out of his mouth was chlamydia. Yeah, it was pretty funny. Tracy, I swear, I like your tractor videos. 94 degrees yesterday. We could use some rain. Yeah, we've been having heavy rain today, and it's supposed to be raining for a few days. I think tomorrow's not going to be rain, and it's going to start back around Sunday evening. So we're kind of blessed here to have that rain. I think Lindsay from Wren's Homestead said something about not having that much rain down there. And it's really a bummer because they are fighting with forest fires in Nova Scotia and South New Brunswick. I think that some of them were somewhat controlled today, but they lost. I think I heard on the radio something about 800 acres of woods that were lost, about 200 homes that were lost to fire. So I've said it before, I am not the praying type, but if you are, that would be a good reason to pray. I will still keep them in my thoughts and hope for the best for them because, it's really, really bad. And it's not only about, it's bad that the homes are getting destroyed, the forests are getting destroyed, the animals, the deers were getting running away. Some people had to leave their homesteads. I'm thinking about one in particular, Accidental Homestead from Nova Scotia. Lindsay keeps sharing some pictures and posts from them. They have to make a choice at some point. What animals do we bring and what animals do we leave behind? When you hear people saying that they had to leave, get the kids, get the dogs, get like 2 or 3 precious things because you have maybe 15-20 minutes to leave. And then all you have time to do is open all the gates and hope that your animals can survive. I heard something today about someone driving on a road and there was a horse on the side of the road by himself because someone had to let him out. It's really sad news. I see 15 people watching, 7 thumbs up, and only 4 people commenting. Hello, Marilyn. Thank you so much for stopping by. I know you're busy. See, if you are not watching my live stream, you could be outside filming, or maybe it's already dark. I don't know. Haven't seen the outdoors for the past hour, maybe. Thunderstorms passed west, unfortunately. Yeah, that's too bad. It is clouding up here, but still no rain. It was all the east of me moving south. Oh, that's bad. Too cold for filming. Just put a jacket on. Yeah. I think it's probably the same thing here. We're getting closer to the longest day of the year. So talking about those fires, um, even though people don't really do things to get ready in case of an emergency, um, it's good to at least talk about it. Um, you know, I think it was maybe 5, 6 years ago now. Time goes by so fast. Um, in the peninsula, Acadian Peninsula, about 2 hours from here, they had this big freezing rain, and they were out of power for about 2, 3 weeks. And of course, there's always bad people. We heard horrible stories about people going to like the dollar store, buying candles for like $2, $3, going back to as far as they could make it into that area to sell those candles for like $10. Like, we want to help those people in need, not make profit out of them. Those people are desperate. Uh, you want to be able to help them. Some people in my area were gathering woods to bring up there, try to go help them out, chainsaws and everything, because the trees were falling in the street. Some people were without power. Some elder people died. They either they died from the cold or from starvation, or maybe they just didn't have anyone checking on them and they ended up passing away. There are some other people that um, started up the generator too close from the house, and they got intoxicated from the fumes. There's always something bad happening in those situations. Hello, Mark. Hello, Tammy. Lindsay and Jack. Uh, and or Jack. I send the link in the chat if you want to join. I know you guys are probably in bed right now, so it's all good. Part of a town 2.5 hours from here is getting evacuated. Around 10,000 people. Grocery store was crazy this afternoon. Can you imagine? Um, is it anywhere near you, Marilan? I hope you're safe. And when that thing happened with the freezing rain, it got us talking. With the family, the parents, my uncles. My brother. My brother's somewhat lucky that he lives. He's my parents' neighbor, and my dad is heating up with wood stove, a furnace. So if something happens, um, they can always light up a fire. They can always start the barbecue outside. They have the generator outside. My dad is kind of used to those things, so they can survive. If it's the winter, you can take your stuff from the freezer and put it outside if you're out of power for too long, if you don't want to lose your meat, if you don't want to lose your stuff. But if it's in the summer, it's a whole different story. I said just Lindsay because Jack said it was going to bed. Yeah, they're probably both in bed watching. Either way, thank you, Wrens. Nothing near me all around, but nothing close. Let's hope it stays that way. Well, let's hope it improves. It's never a good thing because we only have one planet, and if there's too many fires, it's not good. Either way, it's not good. It's the animal population, and it can get dangerous. Right now, what's happening is a lot of cities, a lot of towns, a lot of villages are getting evacuated because of fires. It happened to my brother-in-law and sister-in-law a couple years back. I think it was back in 2016, 2017. I remember my brother-in-law telling me stories about how, he left from work and they couldn't make it home. He couldn't make it home. He had to call his wife to tell her, like, get the kids and go. Like, don't wait for me because, I don't know if I'll be able to make it. I don't know if I make it, when I'll make it. Like, he was telling it like it was an horror story. It really was. When you have to tell your family member that you have to forget about me for now, think about yourselves, get somewhere safe, and I'll find you. It's scary stuff. Um, in situations like that, there's usually people around helping, providing food, providing shelter, providing. Um, there's always, um, those kind of people will be there to help. But homesteaders, most of us, we have food, we have preserved food, and this is how we invested our money. If I lose my house, I don't always only lose my material, my stuff. Um, I lose. This is almost like money in a bag back there. I lose whatever I had left. Thank you, Tracy. I didn't want to answer because I didn't want I didn't want to ask you to do anything, but thank you so much. Very nice of you. So Little Ridge Farm, Jody Swanson, Matt Rogers, Cottonwood Ranch, and Canadian Family Life were gifted a membership. Thank you so much, Tracy. The forest is closed to help prevent starting more fires. Yeah, closed as in shut down. That's good. Yeah, you got it. Adventures with Outdoor Eagle, thank you so much for stopping by. So, it's Darren had a video about a bug out bag. I think there was a few more people, and I'm sorry if I don't think about everyone. Maybe Tracy talked about that on his live stream yesterday. Even if you're not the kind of people that believes that, natural disasters can happen, it's good to keep in mind that if something like that happens, what do I do? If it's in the winter and all we need to do is stay warm, I have an uncle living 2 houses down the street. As long as I can make it there, I can get some heat. There's a wood stove in the garage. We can fit the kids there with the dog. Maybe even if we're lucky, maybe we can bring some rabbits with us. There's always that possibility. It's a walk, like 2 minutes walk, really, 2-3 houses down the road. We have some food back here that we can grab and just go and cook something if we need to. Put a mason jar on the wood stove, heat it up, warm it up. But if it happens in the summer, what do I do? I'm trying to look around. Do I have trees that are really, really close to the house? Maybe not as much because I have a lot of fields around. But what happens if there's a lot of wind and it's really, really warm and it's across the street, or if it's down the road, and we're asked to evacuate? Maybe the smoke will be an issue. Maybe, I don't know. Anything can happen. Killer wave might come. It shouldn't reach me here though because I'm up, I'm high, but who knows? I felt like I almost needed a bug out bag just to escape the mosquitoes the other day. Yeah. I don't find them as bad as they were in the past, but then again, it was so warm, like I'm pretty sure they melted outside. This is the thing. I hate thinking of bugging out, leaving the animals behind. Fitting them all in a car would be very difficult. Yeah, and some people that just open the cages and hope for the best. It sucks. Chances are they won't make it, but at least you're giving them a chance. At least, who knows, maybe um, instead of being burned alive, maybe they'll get eaten by a fox, and maybe that will help that fox survive a little bit longer. Like, it's not fun to think about that. The thought of letting all the animals free from their fences is a sad one. Yeah, it is very sad to think about it, but it is maybe necessary. Um, like, I can't imagine having to take all my chickens, because there's no way I can fit them all in a vehicle. Plus, it would stink. Plus, I mean, we need space to put some of the stuff we need to survive. And tomorrow I'm getting my meat chickens, my turkeys, and they're gonna go on Sarah's property. His property is literally in the woods. If someone happens there, am I gonna be able to get to them on time to open the doors? It's full of black bears. It's full of beavers, weasels, whatever you think of, you name it. I doubt the animals would survive, especially not meat chickens. um, Save what you can, but you and your families have priority. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's. I'm thinking that someone would take care of the water, someone would take care of the food, someone would take care of something to keep us warm, someone would think of the dog, and then the kids. You don't want. Not that I wouldn't trust the kids, but you don't want to put that pressure on them. If one of them is stressed out and forgets something, like, you don't want to put that kind of pressure on them. So you take the oldest one, and you hope that they don't forget, right? If you must abandon your house in the winter with municipal water, you need to get access to the shutoff that's outside. Otherwise, you may flood your house with water when the pipes break. That's true. That's true. Um, Hopefully, insurance would cover. Hopefully, um, you know, it's something to think about it. Unfortunately, yeah. I'm trying to think. There is one switch inside, like not too far behind me. But if it breaks on the entrance there, it's still gonna flood the basement. In the winter, I can't make it to the shut-off valve outside. It would be buried 10 feet in the snow. I feel like government would frown on releasing pigs. Yeah, probably. If you have ever had a beaver bite, you nipple off, you might be already. um, yeah, I sure hope I never get bitten by a beaver. I'll spray paint Remy's phone number on them before I release them. Sure, do that. Maybe I'll be able to get one in my vehicle before I come back home. Yeah, when you get to that point, when it's in a survival situation, um, I think there's um, things that would be left out. Um, People would not necessarily follow all the rules, and I think that once things settle down, they would understand that. I'm hoping so, anyway. But regardless, like, I mean, we were thinking about, the way to protect yourself. At what point, in what situation, do you say that you're willing to do the ultimate um, thing to protect your family? And I don't know. To me, it's a no-brainer. If someone is getting nearby my kids and he's not supposed to, um, I mean, I'd rather I don't know. I'm not even gonna get there. I'm not even gonna go down that road, down that path, because there's nothing I wouldn't do for my kids. I'll just put it this way. Yeah, I know, but can you imagine yourself being in court? Like, I mean, some people, some murderers end up um, not going to jail because they can put the blame on mental health. Imagine in a situation like this, your brain is not functioning normally. So, can you be really responsible for your actions? Um, that's where I'm thinking maybe you can get away with a few things in that situation. I kept digging the water shut off last winter. It sucked. Yeah, I guess. But thing is, um, it's in the ditch here. And by the amount of snow we get in the ditch, there is no way I can dig that. Like when you get 2 feet of snow in a storm and the plow passes, you get 6, 7 feet of snow on top of it. I wouldn't even know where to dig. Um, so it would be pretty much impossible. But like I said, in a situation of emergency, priority is everyone stays alive, and that would be everyone in my family, every one of my kids, especially, and my future wife. This is number one priority. Mr. Mayor, sir, what do you mean my pigs got out? The fire must have opened the gate. Yep, that's probably what happened. Fires open gates all the time. Yep. Brain functioning normally, you speak of? I don't know. I don't know. Um, the, the kind of thing that, the part of the brain that will make you say the right word when you're talking on a live stream and not tell the world that you actually have STDs, that kind of brain. True, the fire recently ordered us 35 turkeys. Without um, some kind of basement in the city has one at the sidewalk. I'm spending too much time around Remy and Tracy, my phone. Thanks for clarifying, Tracy. That's funny. Let me see if I can. You beat it. You're right. Let me see. Let me show you what I did today. Oh, that's not the one I had. What happened to the other one? Oh, wait. This one here. So I'm gonna have a T-shirt in my shop soon with that design. Yeah, it's somewhere along those lines. It's not completed yet, but you know, I had to do it. I should put like TH down here or T-Hand or just something like that. People that don't know the story might be freaked out a little bit, but you have to go and watch Tracy's short video from this morning. It was like I never had it. Cowboy Steve, thank you so much for stopping by. I think that's the first time I see you here. That's awesome. Let me share that on Facebook. I haven't shared my stream on Facebook. Maybe I'll get like one more people, two more people, one more person, two more people. Awesome. So, honestly, we have a plan for the winter if something happens. For the summer, if it's a fire, not that much. It is something that we might have to talk about. Because even though I don't really have fires coming that could be dangerous to my house, um, it can be burning from like 200-300 meters away and still be warm enough that it would melt, um, parts of the house. So you have to be ready for those things. Just keep in mind that anything can happen. You might have to leave the house at some point for any reason. Um, it's kind of weird to think that a month ago, people from St. John, St. Stephen's in New Brunswick were worried about floodings. There were a risk of floods pretty much all the way down there. And a month later, it's so dry that they have fires causing them issues. Like I said earlier, tomorrow is going to be a very, very, very busy day for me. I am getting up in about 6 hours from now. No, not 6 hours. Sorry, 8 hours from now. 9:30 my time right now, and I have to get up around 5:30. The reason for that is that 9 hours. Anyway, my math is not good tonight, and the reason for that is because my daughter, regionals, mini handball regionals, are tomorrow morning. She has her first game at 10. I'm the assistant coach, although I'm not sure I will be allowed behind the bench because it's a mixed team. And once we get at the regionals, there might be rules in place where it has to be like one man and one woman on the bench with the kids. We're already ready in case that happens. I mean, I was just the assistant coach. I'll be on the other side of the field, of the gym. I can still give some tips to the kids from my side without being the actual coach. But we still have to be there for 9 a.m. So the chickens and turkeys are coming in tomorrow morning. I have to drive about 15 minutes, pick up the animals, drive about 20 minutes because I have to go another 5 minutes the other way. Put the animals in their coops and their shelter. Give them food, give them water, and be back home. The regionals are about 30 minutes away from here, so I have to be back home at 8:30. Everything starts at 6 for the animals, so I want to be there as early as I can. What sport? It's called mini handball. It's handball, but for younger. They don't play with those hard balls because they're only like 10 and 11 years old. So they have those little yellow pink, small pink balls. They bounce good, but they don't hurt as much if you get them in the face. That kind of ball. Some of the kids. I mean, I was in net yesterday. My daughter is more brave than I am. She's goalie. She's only 10 years old. It's 10 and 11 years old, and she's tiny for her age. Playing against boys a year older than her, they can throw a ball. We are not going there as the favorite team, so all the pressure is on the other team. We are the second best team at the regionals though, but we have to win to make it to the Acadian Games. And for people that don't know, the Acadian Games is something that Acadian French people do once a year for kids, where they do sports for all different kind of ages, all different kind of sports. They now have battle of the bands. They have improvisation competitions. They have soccer tournament. You know, track and field, volleyball, badminton, tennis, softball, basketball. Uh, they get there. They have competition during the day, and in the evening they have uh, social activities, dance, uh, bands playing, different kind of different social games, I guess. It's fun when you're a kid here in New Brunswick and in the Maritimes. If you're French, um, you dream about going there. And as a kid, I was never able to go. I went a few times as a coach, and it is fun. It is fun. You meet people from all around. I made some pretty good friendship with the Acadian Games. Some of them I talk to every day. And, well, maybe not every day now, but at least once a week, I'll send them a message, um, saying like, "How's it going? What's going on?" Um, and it's cool because I used to coach soccer, and now I had to get involved at some point with the handball because it was either they found a coach or there was no team. Sorry, nobody wanted to step up, so I stepped up, and I had to learn the game as I went. Um, we did good. I mean, we won the provincials in the second division, which was still pretty cool. But the team that won originals that year, they didn't even qualify for quarterfinals in the first division. So, we were a few steps behind. But regardless, we we have a kind of team that kids are good together. They just don't seem to connect together. And the last couple of practices, they seem to understand the game a little bit better. And we're hoping that tomorrow, they finally connect. If they do, we're going to be hard to beat. But anyway, that's just the sport part. So, yeah, I have to go get the animals early. Um, there's nothing guaranteed that when I get there to get the animals, that I will be the first one in line. So I might have to wait an hour in line. Um, if it happens, might get out of there around 7, drive back home 7:30. By the time I feed the animals, get them ready, get them settled up in their coop, 8:15, I have to get back home. Probably gonna have to take a shower because I'm probably gonna stink chickens. Then we have to head back there. I got no more coffee left. I'm gonna have to grab a coffee somewhere along the way, and then it's gonna be not a long, boring day, but a long day because I'll be tired. And when you have competitions like that, the adrenaline goes up and down. And if you've played sports and you have adrenaline going up and down, it's you get tired at the end of the day. And we were invited for a little friendly social evening with the kids later on. We don't know if we'll be able to make it, but hopefully we can, and hopefully we'll have something to celebrate as well. Yep. Bienvenue au jeu de l'Acadie. Welcome to the Acadian Games. It is very fun. Kids love it. I had my coffee this morning. I only drink one coffee a day. I wanted to go get coffee after work, and I forgot to put it on the list. If I don't put it on the list, I forget about it. And I'm gonna show you what we use. Um, let's see if I can have it in front of the camera in the right way. It's that logo. You can't see it. No, it doesn't want to show up. Oh, maybe I got it there. Right there. The one with the one. It's called Hard Groceries. Hard Groceries. And what it is, it's a shared list between my girlfriend and I. And once you click on it, well, you can't see it, obviously, but you have a list, and we need bananas. So whoever between both of us goes to the grocery store, we have a list that we can follow and buy bananas. Um, I can go on there and write down that I need coffee, that we need sugar, we need ketchup. My girlfriend goes to the store because she thought of something else, and she can buy the stuff and scratch them off. Click on them, scratch them off. It's very, very useful, whether you're alone or in a couple, to remember the things you have to buy. Because once the list is done and you click on stuff to remove them, you can then just simply click back on them and add them back to the list. So basically, we have like bread and milk that we keep adding and removing. So we remove it to say we bought it, and then probably the next day we have to buy some more. So I went to the grocery store and bought the stuff that was on the list, but I forgot to put the coffee on the list. So yeah, that's how you run out of coffee. Sorry. Yeah, it is a very handy. I love this application. We've been using it since I bought it, and I think you can pay like on one account only. You can pay like a one-time fee. I think it's only like $3, where you can then add pictures. So if you want your girlfriend to go get you some beer, and you want to make sure she buys the right beer, then you can take a picture of your beer, and she'll know precisely which kind to buy. And she won't come back home with the wrong beer. Um, Sunday, hopefully, if it's nice, I need to finish my food forest, and I need to finish planting my garden. Um, I have a few tomato plants outside. I have my onions in the ground. My garlic, I don't think my garlic are gonna make it. Um, my wife does that to me all the time. Sends me a picture of exactly what to get. See, she could put the picture there once and be done with it. So whenever she would want you to buy that one specific thing, just click on the item, add it back to the list. So it would save you lots of time, and it is very useful. Yes, I gave up on Bud Light. Darren was bullying me, and father-in-law also. Hello, Dave and Amanda. Amanda, right? WildEdibles, I got your present. I didn't have time to do a video yet. It was filmed. I just didn't have time to do the editing. Um, oh, I was so happy when I got that. You have no idea. And I hope that the video shows my face, because I was, wow. Um, it was so good. We made some French bread, French toast. Um, Maple syrup was so good. Um, we made some omelets with sugar. So good, so good. Um, and yeah, I told you, Dave, that I met your cousin, and I had the wrong last name. Her name is Amy Hickey. She's a nurse at the hospital. So she was telling me um, that she was your cousin. She was talking about you. So it was kind of a small world, right? That's okay with me. Now Ford is saying one of their truck is gay. I'm not going to get into that conversation, but I don't drive a Ford. Um, Maybe no problemo for you, but I know the shipping in Canada. Um, it is expensive, and you have no idea how much I appreciated the present. Really, I will have a little bit more budget at some point, and I will send Tracy his T-shirt of the chlamydia joke he made yesterday, and I will definitely be sending you a shirt at some point. I have become a syrup snob. Only the real thing now. No more Mr. Buttersworth. Mrs. Butters. Buttersworth. Okay. I don't know that brand, so she talked to you? Awesome. That's pretty cool though, because she was talking to me. I know some people that do the same thing. They're a family of mine. My cousin, he's living in Ontario. I'm like, yeah, Wilderstead. She's like, yeah. How did you know? Like, well, I took a wild guess. Love you guys, but still feel sick a bit. And another big weekend coming. Have a good night. Awesome, Maryland. I won't be on for too long. Still have to go to bed and get up early in the morning as well. But thank you for stopping by. You don't have to send me the shirt, Remy. I know I don't have to, but I kind of want to. It would be my pleasure, really, to send you the shirt. Yeah, it's true. That's Ford Escape. I have a few raspberries that are growing that I want to transplant. So this is pretty much the only thing left to do in my food forest. I have one plum tree that's not doing well. I don't think he's going to make it. So probably next year, I will either be doing my own cuttings or I will be buying a new one. And same thing with one of the American hazelnut that I had. One of them didn't make it. But 2 trees out of 24 that didn't make it, that's a very good average, I'm guessing. I'm hoping. I bought them from Pépinière Ancestral, a company from Quebec. The only thing that happened was that it was sent by Canada Post, and I think it took a long time to get here. It took like 5 days to get here. But when it got here, it was in a big box with humid wood chips. So I'm guessing that it really helped the plants to stay alive. Tiffany, Canadian Family Live, thank you so much for stopping by. I see that you changed your logo. It's a bit too small to see right now, but I will check it out later. That's awesome. Thank you for stopping by. And you got free membership. That's from Tracy, T-Hand141. That guy right there. CR, Creative Redundancy. Thank you so much for stopping by. Glad to have you here. Hope everyone's doing nice. Hope you're not stuck with fires around you. And I'm hoping you're healthy and happy and all that stuff. Using our sticker now. Awesome. So this is your sticker? Cool. Are you using like a specific shop company out there? Like web? I'm using Spreadshop. I used to use Redbubble, but they banned me for I don't know why. So, I sent them an email asking them what was the reason if I did anything wrong. They never replied. So if they can decide to just ban people like they want to, I don't care bad mouthing about them. It's just the way it is. So yeah, I will be hopefully buying another American hazelnut tree next year. Unless I would be able to have a few nuts this year that I could keep as seeds. Same thing with my plum tree. Plum trees, I guess you can just take the cutting, put it straight in the ground, and I guess it should grow back. I'll see. Yes, you're green. And thank you, Tracy. And thank you for in the name of all the members, but also in my name because it's giving me extra money. One of the videos, if you haven't watched it, I know usually when you subscribe to a channel or when you join a membership, you tend to follow only the upcoming videos, the ones that are going to come out in the future. But if you take your time and go watch at least one video, I would suggest you go watch the one where I was harvesting night crawlers. I did that video because there was someone on Facebook, I think it was last year. They were selling night crawlers. I think it was like 15 cents for a night crawler. Sorry. And people were calling that kid crazy because it was not expensive enough. I'm like, what do you mean? Like, you can get like 20 night crawlers a minute. And he called me crazy for saying that. 20 night crawlers a minute. So I figured I'll go and I'll try to prove them wrong. So the video that I've done is done in real time. It lasts about 8 minutes, but I'm not doing that for 8 minutes. I'm explaining at the beginning of the video what I'm doing, and I have to set up. I keep in mind that I have a headlamp. I have the camera in one hand and the bucket in the other hand, and I don't remember the exact amount I got, but I will let you go and watch it. It's pretty cool. I didn't make it, but I proved my point because I was very, 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 very close. Hello, John. Thank you for stopping by. Did you start weighing your stuff for the global gardening and homesteading community? Harriet Hanabo, thank you so much for stopping by. First time I see you here. That's awesome. Oh no, is that? Yes, it is, Tiffany. People saying hi. Watching from Uganda. Oh, nice. Thank you. Nice. How's it going? Saying hi to each other. I have been. Awesome. It is hot in your area. Here it was for the last 2 days. Today it got a little bit cooler. 14 Celsius that we had today. Plus it's been raining. Looks like the Ultra Club members have came in. I need to go for now. Okay. All right. Well, thank you for stopping by. Also, content creator. Awesome. Let me see your channel. I will open it and check it out later. Life of an African girl. Awesome. It's cool. I will subscribe and watch some videos when I'm done. It sure is hot. I have been in the greenhouse the past 2 days getting the tomatoes in. Awesome. I planted some radishes in a greenhouse about a month ago. I could probably harvest a few, maybe 5, 6. I will wait, however, because I want them to get a little bit bigger. I'm going to put probably the pepper plants in the greenhouse, and I still have them inside for now. So I will take my time before I put them outside. I'm thinking about maybe putting like 2 or 3 cucumber plants and get them climb up on something. I don't know yet. Had a phone call that didn't seem to end. That's all right. Awesome. Thank you for the thumbs up. I see 19 people watching, 16 thumbs up. Don't forget the thumbs up, people. 34 Celsius here today. Not fun. 34. That's really, really hot. Yeah, 14 Celsius is about 54 Fahrenheit. See, that is it makes the days a little bit easier to get by, but it's not as good for the garden. You're welcome. You're welcome. I will be waiting for all you guys to join my next upcoming premiere tomorrow, 3 p.m. East African time. Please don't miss out, guys. Awesome. 3 p.m. your time. It's about 10 p.m. my time now. So what time is it for you? You're probably 3-4 hours ahead of me. I might be out at that time, but if I'm not there, I can still watch later. Keep getting called away from the screen. How come everything is quiet until I get on live? Then, yeah, it's usually how it happens. I grew a giant cucumber tree in our hoop house a couple of years ago. It was huge. Nice. Does it really um, make a difference on cucumbers? Cucumbers thrive with heat. There's only 1 year where I had real success with my cucumbers. I always have nice compost, but the thing is, the weeds take over so fast um, that I think they just die trying to grow out of the weed. Um, what else did I plant? I started talking about what I planted. I planted some cucumbers in the garden, um, some beans, peas, some zucchinis. Um, I also planted more radishes in the garden, potatoes, tomatoes, beets, rutabaga. I think there was one more thing. I don't remember. I have my celery in the garden. I experimented with hydroponics in my tech room 1 year. It total plants and it took over the room. Wow. Hydroponics is something that I would really love to try. Danny from Cajun Hydroponics is really deep into the hydroponic system. Um, but I don't know. I feel like I would need someone to show me in person. I'm more of a visual person, and I learn better by doing it with someone telling me if I'm doing things right or wrong. The cucumbers love the heat. I had some in the greenhouse last year, and the vines were 20 feet tall. The ones outside were terrible and small vines. Okay, well, sorry. So maybe what I'll do is put my pepper plants in containers and do what Marilyn said. Um, if I put them on I have black plastic pallets, maybe that would catch the sun and make it a little bit warmer and help my pepper plants. And maybe I should put the cucumbers in the greenhouse. Um, I have some other plants in the greenhouse that I am not allowed to discuss on YouTube. Hey, John, I am allowed to talk good about Danny. Um, yes, 20 people in the chat. Let's make it 20 thumbs up. Thank you. I want to play around with it again once I get a greenhouse. The other was kind of a proof of concept. Nice. Yeah, well, Danny Cajun Hydroponic is an awesome gardener. He's bringing in amazing numbers. So, of course, I will give him a shout out. Hands on is best way to learn anything. Yeah, but like I said, there's always something that, even though you want to be there and do it yourself, it's like the first time I did pressure canning. I had someone come over here, my friend Kristen from River Ranch. Um, Even though she could tell me everything that she knew, there's always something that happens. Oh, suddenly it starts going too fast, or the weight starts going too crazy. Well, it's good to know that you can flip the switch off, or not off, but a little bit lower, and wait a few minutes. And, when you have someone there to teach you, it's better than just watch a video online or have one of your friends tell you, hey, just do this and just do that, and it'll work. And it's better to do it. And it's the same thing with the hydroponics. I might do something, try, it might work, but if it's not the best way to do it, why not get someone to show you the best way to do it? Um, if there was, like, sometimes there are how to do videos. Um, I think John made a video about onions from start to finish. You can watch the video and you can actually see what he's doing with the seeds, with the onions. That's easy to learn. That's easy to follow. That's easy to understand. But if someone's making video about how to grow hydroponics and they're just saying, um, you know, put the plant in water and there you go. Well, it's one thing, but the plant in the water, if I put the seed in the water, it's not going to grow. Like, I need more information than that. I need more stuff than that. So, I'm just giving an example. Maybe Danny did those videos already from start to finish. I don't know. But yeah, you did, like, it's all, sometimes you think you're doing things for dummies, but there's always someone out there that needs to see those kind of videos. We're all here making, well, most of us anyway, making videos about lifestyles, about gardening, about homesteading. We show specific things about tomatoes, but nobody says anything about how deep to plant the seeds, or nobody says anything about how can you start a garden from scratch. What time of the year should you start your plants indoor? How do you use those pellets that I use? Or when is it time to pot the plant? We say vague things, but nobody has ever done a video from start to finish on every single subject. Someone that comes to me and says, hey, Remy, how deep do I have to plant my seeds? Well, I can give them the answer, but I'm only giving the answer to that one specific question. Now, that person might have 15 questions running through her mind. Maybe, she's afraid to ask. Sometimes you do that videos for dummies, and they'll get the few answers they need. There are a lot of different methods. Helps to figure out what works best in your climate. Yeah, and it's true. MI Gardener is awesome. I've been following MI Gardener for a long time. Not as much lately because I am very busy. But if I have a question about a plant, why is my tomato plant turning yellow? MI Gardener is the go-to guy. If nobody in the community has the answers, sometimes I'll ask the people in the chat. Have you guys ever seen something like that, or things like that? I'll go to MI Gardener if I don't have the answer. They already have to prune the tomatoes, lower leaves. That's nice. That's awesome. I have some flowers on my tomato plants, and I'm not even ready to transplant them yet. The ones I have on the balcony. So I'm gonna have to cut the flowers, and some people don't know that. You cut the flowers to give the plant almost like a direction, or almost like an order to focus on growing your roots, establishing yourself, and then you can start thinking about making flowers and fruits. Yeah, people love my gardener. He's a great resource person. He is. That's awesome. He's probably one of the best out there. There are so many awesome and helpful people on YouTube. Yes, totally. And I'm an expert at nothing, so my vids are all over the place. I'm a little bit like that. I like to think that when I started 3 years ago, I had nothing. I didn't know nothing. I had no animals other than chicken layers. I didn't really have a garden, or I was trying to have one. It didn't work out. But what I did is, for someone that started following me at the same time I was on YouTube, I started on YouTube, that person can see that, hey, I can do that too. Me too. In 3 years, I can be to that point. I have a full food forest back there. I started counting my uh, fruit trees, bushes slash shrubs, without counting the set like the 50 raspberry plants that I have. If I count them as one, if I count strawberries as one, um, I have about 70 trees. I have like 4 apple trees. I have 2 cherry trees, 4 plum trees, 2 pear trees, um, 2 Saskatoon berries, 5 elderberries. It adds up after a while, and maybe I will not harvest as many fruits as I want this year, but in another 3-4 years, I'll grow food like crazy without having to move a muscle. Now I'm still working in the garden because I want to keep this behind me full. That's another thing. I mean, I will still be doing the meat chickens, the meat rabbits, the turkeys. Um, I'm still gonna go hunting, try to get some moose in the freezer, deer in the freezer, grouse. Uh, I'm still gonna go foraging because there's so many free food out there, whether it's dandelion, spruce tips, maple syrup, different kind of mushrooms that are edible. Um, I saw a video from Life in the Valley. Thomas there in Ontario harvested I don't know how much pound of ramps, which are similar to wild leeks. That's awesome. There's so many stuff you can get out there. My videos are more of what not to do when it comes to gardening. Well, it it shows that we're real. We make mistakes. Um, I made a video about maple syrup and I failed. Um, and yes, I didn't show the maple syrup burned, but when it happened so fast. I was trying to save the pots and not lose everything I had, and I didn't think about taking the camera out. Um, but I failed. Last year, I had so much weeds in my garden. I mean, I didn't have many um, cucumbers to show for, but it is what it is. You can't always succeed at everything you do. More leaves for photosynthesis and deeper and wider roots for water and nutrients. Exactly. What is that is what I need to learn more about. I have fruit trees that came with the property. I have no idea how to manage them. Um, who is it that did a video? I know Wren's Homestead made a video about apple trees. Um, I think it was one of their first video. Who else? See, I'm not the one to give you the more help on the trees because I'm just learning this year. I know one of the things you have to keep in mind is the more sun your apple tree will get, the more it will produce. So you I think that you have to cut the branches that are growing like downwards. Um, and you have to do the the cuttings. Like if you trim your tree, the trimming, you have to do that um, in spring before the trees wake up from their dormancy. Um, you do great, and you're a strong grower for the community. Maybe my team next year. We'll see. We'll see. Uh, yes, those kind of videos help too. Like I just said, ramps are very odoriferous. Not sure what that word means. I'm guessing that they smell a lot. He'll be wanting on Team Will It Grow after we win this year. Uh, that's not done. I see my captain coming in. Homestead Aquarius is here. Um, we are the champions. We currently have the title. So, hello, Huga Homestead. Thank you for being here. I had at least 10 boils overs this year with my syrup. That's the way it goes when it's almost ready for fire. Yep. You never learn. Well, the thing is, I only had about 6, 7 trees tapped. I had maybe like 2 gallons of maple sap. I was gonna get like maybe this much syrup. Um, I I saw it, and then it's like, okay, I still have a few minutes. I came back like 15 minutes later, and it was black. um, Saying hi to each other. Hello, Robert, Homestead Aquarius. Thank you so much for being here. I have some videos on pruning apples and pear trees. See, I didn't remember. Tracy has some videos. You can put the link in here if you want. Um, YouTube Police, light number 21. Awesome. Thank you. Happy Friday. Yay. A colleague of mine keeps saying that. It's Friday. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Yay. I did a major trim on one of my apple trees to see how it goes. Sometimes better hair flow. They get more sunlight. They'll focus more on the fruits they have. Um, it might feel painful sometimes to trim, um, but it is necessary. It is a good thing to do. Um, and if you do the cuttings early in the spring, before they get out of their dormancy, you can probably take those cuttings, plant them in the soil, and success rate is really not that good, honestly. But if you have 20 cuttings and you plant them, chances are you'll get at least 2 of them that will get some roots, and then you have 2 more clone trees. Saying hi to each other, saying hi, strong smelling. Okay, that's what I thought. So yeah, saying hi to each other. Hello, hello, hello. No, it's the 2 captains. There's only Wilson that's missing. Is there like an actual real captain to that team, or is it really just Mr. Wilson? No, it's because John is trying to recruit me, and I have my actual current captain in the chat right now. Yes, thank you, Tammy. Well, I have 21 thumbs up now, 18 people watching, 19 people watching. So it makes more sense. Another homesteader I follow had the same thing happen. Burned a batch of syrup so fast. Yeah, it's easy to forget the maple syrup sometimes. I know some of you know me, but I should mention I am not affiliated with YouTube. I am just a content creator. The first time I saw your channel, I was like, "Who's that?" I don't remember exactly who you are, but I remember you saying that like a few days ago. Um, I have one of my apple trees that I purchased last year. It's only about 3, 4 feet tall. Belt loop 29. That's right. The apple tree is so full of flowers right now that if every single flower becomes an apple, I think I'm gonna lose my tree. I think the tree's really gonna break. Um, I mean, there's like maybe 6 branches, about a feet long on like each and every one is about a foot long, and there's like probably 50, 60 flowers on that tree. It's insane. Um, my 2 cherry trees are blossoming at the same time, which is awesome. Um, I was hoping that was going to happen. One of them was a little bit faster than the other one, but it still has flowers, and the other one is starting to bloom now. I had one of my plum tree with 2 flowers on it. I doubt that I will have any plums on it, but if I do, I won't get more than 2. But it's okay. It's the first year I have it here. I was told that it might take 4 or 5 years to really establish and producing fruits. My Macintosh apple tree is producing like crazy. I'm just hoping we have a nice spring so that the apples are actually better than they were last year. Last year they were all brown, mushy, and they were not good. We couldn't do anything with them. Uh, my honeyberries are doing great right now, as far as I'm concerned. I'm gonna be able to harvest at least enough currants so that I can try each different kind. I was told that I should have elderberries this year. I'm hoping so. One of the things that I didn't know that I found out about in the last couple of weeks is I have one of my colleagues that knows how to make homemade wine. Um, we want to go harvest wild choke cherries together and then make wine with it. He's going to show me how to make wine. Maybe you'll be brave enough. Trevor, you're probably not listening, but if you are, I'm hoping you're brave enough to go in front of a camera and show the process of how you do the wine with the fruits. But I can harvest some choke cherries about 5 minutes from here and make some delicious wine with it. What else do I have? I'm gonna have raspberries for sure, strawberries for sure. Uh, there's always a bunch of wild apple trees around as well that I can go and harvest some apples. I have pear trees. I didn't see any flowers on them yet. I don't know if they're just a little bit later than the apples, or if it's just because it's the first year, takes time to establish, which is good. I can wait a year or two before I get pears. I'm just hoping that they're good, and if they are, I'm gonna buy some more. Sometimes people freak out on my channel name. Yeah, the first time I saw that, I was like, "Who's that?" Um, I didn't think you were the real police, but I thought you could have been like someone, you know, reporting people for some reason until you put down your name. I did the pruning while they were still dormant. That's nice. So it is Wilson is the official captain, and he is watching. He is watching. Wilson, if you're watching, leave a comment. Say hi. Gotta drop everyone. Family stuff. Hope. Have a great weekend. Yeah, thank you so much, Cowboy Steve. Thank you for being here. It was nice to have you. Wilson is the official captain, and he is watching. Killed my mower tonight. Threw a belt in pieces like. Oh, that's too bad. My tractor mower is okay, but the one I have to push, which is easier to go around my small trees, that one's not starting. So I don't know what's wrong with it. I'm probably gonna have to bring it to Jim's son. Jim, he was on my live stream about a year and a half ago talking about rabbits. His channel's name is Jim's NB Homestead. He's a lot into repairing stuff, so good to meet another one. That's okay. That's okay. All right, so Tracy shared video, pruning video. That's awesome. Told you I'm Belt Loop 29. You too? Okay, so you have 3 channels. Oh, nice. Okay. I hope to get another 18 inches white flower this year. 18 inches. Wow. if he starts talking about that thing we talked about, I'm going to. I'm not talking about anything. I am staying out of that conversation. Wilson says hello. Don't push it, he says. I'm sorry, Mr. Wilson. Have a great night, everyone. Farmer's market tomorrow, so got to be up early. All right, thank you for stopping by. It was nice having you. 5 channels. That's nice. Awesome. I'm just messing up with Belt Loop. I'm not Belt Loop. Just giving him a hard time. Okay. That's good to know. That's good to know. Well, I will make sure that I am not getting into the trouble with the marshal. I don't want to get any penalties, and I don't want to get any suspension. I also have to get up early in the morning, 5, 6. In the next 7 hours, I have to be up, and I will be up coaching kids and running around, and probably go to bed late tomorrow night. So I need some sleep. So we'll thank everyone for being here. It was awesome. I had a lot of people watching. I wasn't connected with my other channels, so I went ahead and connected with the others. Thank you. And thank you in the name of Homestead. 5 channels. I can't keep up. Yes, that's the same. I have the one computer behind me that I run when I want to run people's playlist, but it happens. It happens. Rest well. Thank you. And John, by the way, I just a friendly reminder. I don't know if you sent the present to Back to Basics Homestead. If you did not, that's okay. I know you asked me for free an email and for a seed company. I don't know if it was done. Just a friendly reminder. Very appreciated. Rest well. Thank you, everyone. And thank you for being here. I will leave you with some. Did you guys know when you have the pro version on TubeBuddy, you have access to a free library, and they have some amazing music. She will love Be My Gardener. And Tracy is still waiting for your mailing address because you won a shirt on his live stream the other day. Take care, everyone. I will leave you with some music.